So you're over 30 and you're trying to get into the gym or master your workouts. Guess what? You're not 21 anymore. You won't be able to train with the same intensity or for the same duration as an 18 to 21-year-old. You are in a different stage of life, and we're going to tackle what you need to do instead today. So, you're not 21. When you go to the gym, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, you can pretty much go every day of the week, absolutely batter yourself. You'll recover, you'll make progress, and you'll be fine. It doesn't happen once you're sort of over 30, over 35. You'll start to get a few niggles here and there. You'll start to feel burnt out. So we need a different approach, and I'm going to give that to you today. So we know we're not 21. So what that means is we are not going balls to the wall 6 times per week, every single week, with no deloads and no recovery involved. What we are going to do is, because you have busy lives, maybe busy career, busy with kids, that sort of thing, we are going to prioritize 2 to 4 strength sessions per week. Be realistic with what you can actually fit into your lifestyle. If you can do 4, amazing. If you can do 2, that's good enough to make progress. So pick what fits into your lifestyle and you know that you can commit to for the long period of time. I don't want you saying 6 times per week and then only being able to keep that up for a week or 2. I'd rather you said 2 or 3 and you stuck to it. So we're not going to absolutely batter ourselves. So what are we going to do instead? We're going to be big on the basics. So we want what's called progressive overload. And this means that progressively and slowly over time, we're increasing weight and reps and maybe sets. So we're just building over time, and then we're getting strong, more muscular, leaner over a long period of time. To the point where if you look back, after about a year of training to where you started from, you'll be amazed at the results. But we're doing it slow and steady. So what sort of movements are we doing? We want the basics. We want some form of squat, some form of deadlift. We want some form of press and some form of row. Now, as you get older, you'll have different niggles. Maybe you've had previous injuries. So not everyone can do the same things. So I'm not going to say to everyone, you have to do the exact same variation of these. With a squat, maybe you can do a barbell back squat and really load it up and you feel good doing it. If you don't, maybe you could do a front squat. If that's still not right, maybe a goblet squat where you just hold a weight in front of your chest. If that's still not right, maybe we do a body weight squat. But we want that movement pattern because it's really good on the hips, it builds muscle in the legs, and it burns a lot of calories as you're doing it because we're using a lot of muscles. And we'll build it up over time. So maybe you start at a body weight squat, then you go to a goblet squat, then you go to a front squat, and then maybe you can do a barbell back squat. So be realistic with where your starting point is. Deadlift. Now, deadlifts are, I would say, the best exercise you can do, purely because you're picking up a weight off the floor. It's something we do every single day in life. You could be picking a box off the floor, you could be moving the washing machine, you could be picking the kids up, anything like that. We are picking stuff off the floor every single day. So we want to be strong and we want to be efficient in that movement. Plus, it's badass. It's a badass movement. If you're into any sort of strength sports, it's not how much you bench, bro. It's what's your deadlift. That is the badass movement that everyone wants to know. So we want to practice that. Plus, it works pretty much every muscle in the body. So it's like the biggest bang for your buck you've got. Between these 2 exercises, you're pretty much hitting everything. So we want those in there. You may not be able to do a normal barbell deadlift off the floor, and that is absolutely fine. There are so many variations we can do. If for some reason it's uncomfortable being off the floor because of previous injuries or impingements or something like that, you can raise it. Put the weights on blocks or other bumper plates, and it will just raise the bar a little bit and put you in a bit of a better position, but you're still training the movement. There's other things called trap or hex bars. These are fantastic. Every single person I train who hasn't deadlifted before, I always start them on the trap or hex bar. The reason being is the weight is in the center line of your body. So it's really good for teaching you how to use your legs. The downside of like a barbell deadlift is because the weight's slightly in front of you, if you don't know how to use your legs and how to have good technique, then you can use your back a bit too much and neglect your legs. Whereas if we start on the trap bar, you learn to use your legs, we build some really good strength on the trap bar, and then we can move you to the barbell and you'll know how to get that leg drive. Some form of press. It could be bench press, could be an overhead shoulder press, dumbbell presses on all different angles. I suggest we do all of them. We rotate them through. So you're not doing every different press variation in a week. You'll do maybe 4 to 8 weeks with a couple of variations. Then after that, we'll switch them to different variations and push that for 4 to 8 weeks. Then we want some form of row, whether it's barbell, dumbbell, chest supported, cable, anything like that. Something that's really going to work your back, because we want to open up this position. We want a nice strong back. Helps with posture, helps with overall lifting and just being healthy in life. So these are the basics. We want these in there, and we can play around with things. So what we also want is different strength qualities. You don't have to do them all at the same time. Again, we can rotate them through the year, and I suggest you rotate them through the year. So sometimes we'll be working on max strength. So that is how much can you lift for like 1 rep or 3 reps. It's when you're building up real top end strength, like in a powerlifting or strongman competition, that sort of thing. So we build max strength. We also want repetition strength, where we have like a sub-maximal weight, and we want to see how many reps you can get with it. It can still be heavy, but maybe we're pushing 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, and we're really sort of pushing that volume. Because what this does is it builds another strength quality, it builds muscle, but it also gives the body a bit of a break from the absolute max effort. Because the max effort it's really, really beneficial, but it can deplete your nervous system and it can sort of take a bit of a toll on the joints. So it's good to rotate these. What we also want is explosive. One of the first qualities that go as you get older is your explosive power. So think jumping, sprinting, throwing, that sort of thing. Because as you get older, we do it less and less because we're not necessarily playing sports anymore. It's a quality we have to keep in. Again, you may need to build up for it if you haven't done it for a long time, but we want the ability to be able to run, like sprint, jump, throw. We want to be able to do that for your whole life. So these are them, and obviously we've got cardio. We want to be fit. But the main things, strength qualities, are these 3. So we rotate them through the year. We'll do a block where we're focused on building max strength. We'll also, repetition and explosive strength can be in every block, but if they're in the max effort block, they'll just take a back seat and there'll be more accessory lifts. But then when you've done your max block, maybe we're pushing reps. So maybe you're trying to work up over 8 weeks to do a new 10 rep max on something. So we're building that repetition strength. Explosive strength, that's always in there. It's really good at the end of a warm-up because it primes your body and it really wakes up the nervous system. But I would always keep some sort of explosive training in there. Movement patterns. Now, all of these that I've put here are what we call static lifts. So you're standing or sitting or lying in a spot and you're moving weight there, which is fantastic, but we need to do more. So we want static strength. We also want rotational strength. So we want to be able to rotate with power. So whether that's, I like getting a big wall ball, so like a big medicine ball, and then you're doing tosses against a wall. So we're really rotating through there. We also want to be able to bend. So things like side bends. So have a dumbbell in one arm, go down, get a big stretch here and up. We want to be able to jump side to side. So some of your explosive work isn't just jumping up and down. We could be jumping forwards, we could be jumping side to side, we could be jumping up and then forwards. We want to be moving the body in a range of different movement patterns. I want you, even if you're not an athlete anymore, I want you training like an athlete, because then outside of the gym, you are going to be so useful, your body's going to feel great, the aches and pains, the niggles are going to be a lot less, if not completely gone, and you'll just be strong, you're going to be lean, you're going to be jacked, you're going to be the person that your over 30, over 40 friends look at and go, I want to be that person. You're not going to be the overweight mess sat in the bar the whole time. No, you're going to be an absolute athlete. But again, back to this on the last point, recovery. We need to recover. You've got so much stress going on in your life with how busy you are with work and with kids and with responsibilities that most 21-year-olds don't have. And you're probably sleep deprived as well because of how busy you are. So we need to prioritize recovery. So one way we can do this is regular deloads. So a deload is where you basically you still do the exercises, but you back off on weight, reps, maybe both for like a week, and then it allows your body to recover and then you can push on again. So adding in a deload week, maybe every 4th week, every 6th week, depending on how you recover, is a really good idea, and it keeps us moving forward and keeps the injuries down, and just keeps you feeling good. Also, we can do like what we call undulating training during the week. So say we're doing 3 times a week and we're doing Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Again, it doesn't have to be those days. This could be a heavy, high intensity day. This can be a light, like maybe more of a technique, more of your repetition based session, and then this can be a moderate session. So what we've done here is we've hit yourself hard, but then we've let you recover a bit, but we're still making progress. We're still working different movement patterns and different strength qualities. And then we come to a moderate day where, again, you're still working different strength qualities, we're making progress, but then by the time we get back to the next Monday, your body will be ready to go heavy again. So there are different ways that we can add in recovery. Also, I want you to sleep. I want as much as you can, the quality over the quantity necessarily, because you're busy, you probably can't get the 8-9 hours a night that people want. We also want a really good diet as much as you can. Good diet, good hydration, because this really drives recovery. But yeah, this is how we master your training for over 30. So what I'm going to say to you is I have a free resource in my school community. So go into the description below, follow the Built 30 school community link. It's completely free. We work out your calories, your macros, we fix your mindset, give you a training plan, tell you how to navigate social events, and it's extensive. I promise you it is extensive, and you won't get anything else like this for free. So go into the school community link, check out the Built 30 free course, and just go work your way through the videos and you will learn a ton. If you then want to go on to one-to-one training with me and really get all of this dialed in on the nutrition and training front and mindset front, then I have the Strong Again program, which is a 16-week program, and you get one-to-one access to me, fully tailored nutrition plan, fully tailored training plan, online, extensive online educational course where you can work your way through the videos at your own pace, and it teaches you absolutely everything. Because the idea is after 16 weeks, you don't just go back to what you were doing before, you've learned what you need to learn that you can then keep it going for a lifetime, or you can keep working with me one-to-one. But I want you to know everything, so then it's no stress, it's guilt-free, you know exactly how to handle every situation going forward. I hope you found this useful. If you have, go into my Instagram profile, drop me a follow, like the video, share the video, and keep watching the videos because I really do appreciate it. So I will see you next time where we break down another topic that will help you.